What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie290 today coming at you live to get to the power of the internet. And chances are, if you're paying attention to YouTube today, you have noticed that there's been some big changes to the YouTube creator program, and a lot of people on Twitter have asked me my opinion. So I decided to create a quick little video here to explain how this is going to affect me, how it's going to affect other creators, small creators and big creators alike, and how it's going to affect viewers like you. So there's three major tenets of the changes that got made. The first is manually reviewing Google Preferred, which we'll explain towards the end of the video. Greater transparency and simple controls over where ads appear, which is relatively unimportant, I guess, for most viewers. And then the big one that's stirring all the controversy, stricter criteria for monetization here on YouTube. Let's start with the whole greater visibility thing. They're not talking about visibility for you or me, the creators or the viewers. They don't care about that. They're talking about the people who spend the money, which is the advertisers. And what they're trying to do there is make sure that whenever an advertiser spends money on an advertisement here, they know who viewed the ad, they know what they did with the ad, they know how they responded to the ad, they even know what type of content their ad appeared on, and give them better control over that kind of thing, which is a pretty scary thing because, you know, television pretty much appears like television does because advertisers kind of control that content to some extent, and this is giving them more control here, so that's worrisome. But let's just be honest, it's an advertiser's game. The internet always has been, television always has been, entertainment always has been. As long as we're relying on advertisements, that's how it's going to work. I know I could complain about YouTube becoming a little bit more like television here. Here's the thing, it's not 2015 anymore, and that's when that happened. If you go to your front page right now, it's all Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Saturday Night Live, music videos, the whole nine yards. It's already corporatized, so no reason to complain about it here. It's just advertisers have a little bit more control over that. I don't like it, but it's already a done deal. If you want to rebel about all of this stuff, though, and you are sick and tired of advertisements here on YouTube, you can get YouTube Red, which turns off those advertisements altogether, supports YouTube and the creators that you watch every day. If you have a smaller creator with, say, 50,000 subs or 10,000 subs or 1,000 subs, support him on Patreon, buy his merchandise. If he does an in-game or in-video advertisement, then purchase that product or try the free trial. Support them in any way you can. It's a great way to make sure that the advertisers don't completely control YouTube and small creators stick around, because let me tell you something, small creators are not making ends meet through advertisement money anymore. Even some of the large creators aren't. Second big change is the vetting of Google Preferred. And that basically means Google has decided to hire 10,000 people, or at least that's what I've been told by the know over there at Rooster Teeth. 10,000 people have been hired to manually, visually verify all of the videos that are being uploaded to Google Preferred. Now, if you don't know what preferred status is, it's basically this one small 1% group of creators here on YouTube that have kind of a trusted status. They've uploaded a lot of videos, they've been around for a really long time, and more importantly, they target a very specific age demographic between the ages of 18 and 35. And if they have that demo and they're a trusted affiliate, then advertisers know that advertising with the preferred channels is going to make sure that they get better views, better clicks, and they're going to appear on trusted content. In fact, Logan Paul actually got kicked off of the Google Preferred program as part of his punishment for uploading that one video. So now he's back down in the regular tier with everybody else, trying to get inventory, lower bid inventory that's left over from Google Preferred. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to have somebody manually review the video before they get monetized. So that means it's kind of worse to be in that tier because someone's actually going to visually verify, listen to the video, watch the video, and make sure that all of the metadata is cool. It's no longer an algorithm that might miss something. And so if I even so much as swear in this video here and somebody manually sees that, they may demonetize it. They may demonetize it for any reason. It's up to human error now at this point. And that might be better than the algorithm bot, but it may not be. Now, this is a dual-edged sword because obviously it could be a pain in the butt for creators in the Google Preferred program because they might have an hour or two turnaround before someone actually gets to watch their video to get it monetized. It could be a day or two. It could be a week or two. I don't know. If they're only hiring 10,000 people and there's X number of videos getting uploaded, who knows how quickly the turnaround will be. It might be a huge pain in the ass to get your videos monetized. On the other swing side, though, of that, advertisers will trust the program even more knowing that someone is visually verifying and watching the content beforehand. So it could mean more money for the people in that program. I don't know. I do expect it to blow up in everybody's face, though. I expect this to be a nightmare for people in Google Preferred, and it may not be worth any extra money that shows up, if it shows up at all. And this is, of course, all about more advertiser control, giving them an opportunity to advertise in the preferred program as opposed to the overall general program if they're feeling particularly cautious, albeit for a little extra money. This could have a huge backfire, though, I think, because you could see people in the preferred program creating even more antiseptic content, afraid to take risks, afraid to, do that stuff, knowing that it's going to be scrutinized closer than ever. So Time will tell. I don't know how this will affect the website. It depends on how they implement it, but we'll know. They said by March, I think it'll be implemented worldwide. So by then we should have a good idea, and I'll talk about it more as we know. And then here's the biggest change, the one that's going to affect the largest number of creators, and that's stricter guidelines for monetization here on YouTube. And if you guys didn't know this, used to back in the day, it was super easy to get monetized. Last year, they changed it so that you had to have at least 10,000 views on your channel to get monetized. They decided that threshold was too low, so they've changed it dramatically. Now, in order to get your channel monetized so that ads will appear on it, you now have to have at least 1,000 subscribers to the channel, which is a fairly difficult goal to achieve, especially when you're first starting out, and then 4,000 hours of content viewed on your channel. Now, a lot of people are confused by that, saying, I have to upload 4,000 hours worth of content to my channel. No, there's not 4,000 hours worth of content on my channel. What it means is that you need to have the watch time of up to 4,000 hours worth of watch time. So basically, if you uploaded just one video and that video was 10 minutes long and about 24,000 people watched that video in its entirety, then you would reach that threshold. So the first thing that jumps out to me there is it's more difficult for creators who create like animation or even smaller like joke stuff, like 1 minute long, 2 minute long stuff. It's going to be so much more difficult for them to reach that threshold than somebody who makes just like a 10-minute compilation of Twitch clips or a gameplay video or a daily vlog that lasts 10 minutes. It's going to be so much more difficult. Once again, animators are getting the boot here on YouTube. Musicians are getting the boot here on YouTube. It's a really frustrating thing for those types of creators. The second biggest issue here is they're kicking out a lot of creators who were previously monetized who are no longer going to be monetized. That meant if you reached the threshold of 10,000 views, and you were partnered, you are now getting kicked out until you can reach these new thresholds of 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours worth of viewed content, which means people who were previously waiting on a check may never collect that check, or at the very least, it's going to be a few months late. So a lot of people have said that this kind of sends a message that we no longer care about small creators. Now, the message they're packaging this with is by saying we're looking for bad actors, people who can create a channel, then game the system to get monetized, and then, put up a hate video, and then use that hate video to get YouTube in more trouble. That's what they're afraid of. But at the end of the day, this does clearly send the message that small creators, unless you're really willing to reach these thresholds that are harder than ever to reach, 1,000 subs is hard to get, 4,000 hours worth of content is difficult for a new creator to do, especially when they're still cutting their teeth and learn that you're not going to get monetized, and you better treat YouTube as a hobby. And I don't think YouTube disagrees with that message. I don't think that's their intent here, but that is definitely a message you're delivering here, and I don't think they mind delivering that message. I don't know if YouTube is trying to send a message here that says we don't want small creators anymore. We want just the professional guys, the good guys, the people who are willing to grind it out, the people who are willing to advertise to grow their channel. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't agree with that point of view. I think everybody should have the chance to do YouTube, broadcast yourself, express yourself. That's the whole motive of what YouTube used to be. I think everybody has that opportunity here. And when it comes to server cost and bandwidth cost and storage cost, that be damned. That was the point of YouTube, that anybody could make it. Even I could make it, so that means you could make it. I think at the very least, YouTube should grandfather in the people that are already monetized. I don't know why they're not doing that. I guess they're afraid that they've monetized some bad actors and those bad actors could continue to draw money. They're looking for a fresh start here. But I mean, can you imagine how disheartening it is to have worked so hard to reach that threshold and get monetized only to have it jerked away from you? I was on the phone with a creator who did that, has that happen to him just last night. And he's asking for help to reach the threshold in February, and maybe I'll be able to help, maybe I won't, but I certainly can't help everyone this is affecting, and Lord knows that's thousands of you guys. Now, there is a good side to this. I guess it means I could probably stand to make more money. There's currently not enough inventory here on YouTube to appear on all of my videos. So if you watch my videos 5, 10 in a row, you won't get a video advertisement every single time. But if you watch someone in the Google preferred 1% like Epic Rap Battles, you'll see an advertisement every single time. Well, if there's no huge saturated market, all these different channels for that advertisement to appear on, then I guess statistically speaking, I might get more ads. And the Google 1% tier, they're definitely going to get more ads. So this is more of the have-alreadys getting more and the have-nots getting less. And that's YouTube these days, I guess. The silver lining there is if you are able to reach that 1,000 subscriber threshold and that 4,000 hours threshold, that means when you finally do get monetized, you should get money a lot quicker and earn it a lot faster. So, I mean, that's the good side. If you're a small creator and you do reach that threshold, then you're definitely going to make more money for doing it. Now, YouTube has said in their defense that, 90% of the people affected by this were earning less than $100 a year. And I think that's kind of missing the point. Number one, when you're first starting out at YouTube, every penny counts. $100 will pay your cable bill for a month or your phone bill. It'll help you upgrade your phone. It'll help you buy a brand new camera. It'll help you buy lighting equipment. I mean, $100 is a lot of money when you're first starting out. Every dollar counts. But I think they're underestimating how demoralizing this is. Could you imagine getting monetized and then having this jerked right away from you right away? I'm finally a YouTube partner. I'm finally getting there, and now I'm not anymore. I mean, that's got to suck. And it's demoralizing if you're just now starting out, and it's harder than ever to get to the point where you'll be able to earn even that just $100 a month. That sucks. And I think YouTube should be aware of that. And if they're not, that's really disappointing. But here's the thing, and I'm going to do what you kids call being real here for a second. This is YouTube now. This is how it's been for years, man. It is a cutthroat game. Less and less people are going to make it than ever. Only a few hundred of us will, and the rest of us are just going to suffer miserably as we try to do it. And there's more and more people who want to do it than ever. They're making it even more difficult to do, and when you get there, there's even less money. So I do have some advice if you're one of the people who are trying to make it. And please listen to this advice because I think it'll really benefit you. First off, diversify your income. Lord knows I have. I do use YouTube's income, but it's smaller than it's ever been. But I also work with sponsors here on the channel, so as soon as you can get a sponsor to sponsor you, I think you really should. I also do Twitch for a living, which is a great place to diversify your income. YouTube can feed Twitch, and Twitch can feed YouTube, and they can work hand in hand. There's an advertisement affiliate program over there. You can take subscriptions. You can even take donations there. You can go live on both YouTube and Twitch if you want. You can do all of that stuff. And I recommend trying to become relevant on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat. Get many people to follow you as you can. Don't think of YouTube as a paycheck anymore, or any of these other places as a paycheck. Think of them as a platform. Think of all the social media as a way to reach people, right? Don't worry about the checks that you get from these companies anymore because they're smaller than they've ever been. But if you set up a merch store, then you can use all these different platforms to sell merchandise. If you get sponsored, you can use all these different platforms to get your sponsor's affiliate code out in front of people. And if you do put together a Patreon, you can use those platforms to spread your Patreon message. And if you convert even just one small percent of your audience to that stuff, you're going to get a lot more money than you would ever get through the AdSense program anyway. Even some of the larger creators I know make way more than their Patreon from their Patreons or through donations on Twitch than they ever will through advertising money. Advertising money is drying up. It's smaller than it's ever been. They're less trustworthy than they've ever been. Focus on the other resources. Diversify that income and use YouTube not as a paycheck, but as a platform. And to get real again, I'm just going to be honest. If you're the kind of person that's going to make it here on YouTube, these new thresholds are just a road bump for you, right? If you're passionate enough, if you're excited enough, if you really want this bad enough, then you'll continue to grind through it. And yeah, it sucks that you won't get your paycheck, but that's what YouTube is now. It is an abusive parent who abuses us every single day, and they're going to continue to do it till there's nobody left but the Jimmy Kimmel Show. Part of this job is being treated like crap by the people you make millions for. And, at the end of the day, they're kind of good to me now, and they're very good to the 1% all the way at the top. But the rest of us, they're absentee parents at best who show up every Christmas just to beat on you a little bit. And somebody said that this makes me sound like part of the establishment, and I guess it does. But keep in mind that I, like very many creators at my period of time, we spent 3 years or 2 years without collecting a paycheck. I spent 3 years. I spent 2 years before getting partnered, creating videos at least a couple times a month, sometimes a couple times a week, trying to reach the threshold of getting the partner program, because the partner program didn't exist when I first got started. I treated YouTube as a hobby, an opportunity to practice my verbal skills, to practice my video editing skills, my filming skills, my sound skills, my acting skills, just as a hobby that may one day pay out. And when it did, I was ecstatic. If you're the kind of person that's going to make it here on YouTube, then statistically speaking, you are the person who's going to be passionate about it, and I hope that you're passionate about it. And if you're not, just treat it as a fun experience. Just treat it as something I do, but if you're passionate about it, if this is your thing, if you would do this for free every day, then you're the person who's going to make it. And you're going to have to prove it by doing it for free for a really long time first. And if that's the establishment part of me talking, I'm sorry. I really am, but I hope that this doesn't dissuade you. I hope that this just invigorates you more to prove them wrong and prove yourself right. And if that's how you feel about it, then chances are you're going to get there. And as usual, if you're a viewer that made it all the way into this video, if you've ever thought about supporting me through Patreon or something like that, please don't. Instead, take that money and give it to a small creator. If there are no small creators you watch, go find a new small creator today and throw something at their Twitch donation page or their donation page when they're live streaming here. Hit up their Patreons, hit up their merch store, do something to support a smaller channel so we can make sure that the new crop of YouTubers isn't all just boring, whitewash, same garbage, okay? And hopefully find somebody unique, find somebody weird, find somebody that you like and support them and help them reach that threshold by sharing their stuff on social media. I'm going to try to do more of that myself. And let's see if we can make sure that some of the people that deserve to be up at the top of YouTube finally start getting there. Because it looks like YouTube's just going to keep making it harder and harder. And guys, I'm very sorry for that. All right, that's going to wrap it up. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon. Now go support a small creator. I'm doing fine.